If you're one of the 4 people that watch my videos on a regular basis, you'll know that I've had a testicle cyst for about 18 months. I've gone on and on about it. I've been passed from pillar to post, department to department. COVID hit, no one wanted anything to do with it. It's been a right nightmare. Well, things have changed. Firstly, I found out it was something called a hydrocele, which is not a cyst, it's a fluid buildup in your epididymis. Now, the main complication of this hydrocele and the reason it's not been done sooner, it's like me and Olivia are going for IVF. I'm not going to touch on that too much at this point, but that's made it more complicated because the same place that they need to get the sperm out of, the cyst is in it. So there's a high risk that it'll become infertile. So the NHS haven't wanted to touch it because they don't want to risk making a man infertile. That's something to bear in mind if you're going through any kind of IVF and you have a complication with your testicles like a hydrocele or a cyst, you may have to get whatever procedures you've done for the IVF done first, because there's quite a big risk of it making you infertile overall. Anyway, this hydrocele has been steadily growing now for, like I say, 18, 19 months. And it got to the point where we're talking that big. I've not been able to wear jeans, I've not been able to wear tight pants. I've basically been in joggers now for a long time. And even in joggers, black joggers mind, it stuck out ridiculously. It was getting uncomfortable when I was lying down, when I was trying to sleep. I had to sleep on my front so it hit the bed. I couldn't sit down without feeling like I'd been kicked in the bollocks 18 times. My testicle was below this hydrocele and it was literally on the bottom. So you imagine me sitting down, you imagine me standing up, you imagine anything. I'm pretty sure I bent down to stroke one of the cats a few months ago and it used it like a speed bag because it was just dangling there. Got a bit Rocky Balboa on it. The IVF has moved on a little bit and we're at the stage where we've now extracted semen. In case you're wondering, the semen extraction was a success and is now an army of 40,000 Chris Strands in a tube somewhere ready to take over the world. And while doing that, the doctor said that they'd drain it for me. I arrived at the hospital at 7:30 in the morning. At about 10:30, they instructed me to get in my sexy little gown with my bum hanging out, ready for surgery. And at 11 o'clock, I had the aspiration and the sperm retrieval, which took around half an hour. I was under anaesthetic, but I was still awake, so I could feel all the needles going into wherever they were going, but it weren't unbearable. It was about a 5 out of 10 pain. Everything's bruised and everything's swollen, and it's been uncomfortable. I've had to wear really tight pants, a jockstrap actually, which I've never worn before. So it's been uncomfortable but bearable, and after about 5 days, I can get up, move around, go to the gym and everything. And try and guess how much liquid they got out of this hydrocele. Get ready, get a measuring cup actually, because this is going to shock you. Get one of them little cups where you got the measurements on it. 330 millilitres. My nuts have basically been a glorified can of Sprite Zero. Let's get practical with it so you can really see what I've been carrying around in my balls. So this needs 300 millilitres of water. 300 millilitres of water. Yeah, there you go. 300 millilitres. I was carrying that in my ball. That was in my testicles. Don't leave it too late. Mine's been drained, but it has to be officially removed because it is going to grow back again. What I've now got to do though is go on the NHS and wait for them to get me an appointment, which can have a waiting list for up to a year. So it is going to grow again. We are going to hear more about it. We're going to talk about it more. It took about a year for it to get really uncomfortable and another 8 months for it to be pretty much unbearable. They've now reduced it from 14 to 15 centimetres to 2 centimetres. So I'm still a bit elephant manny, but I can wear a pair of pants. Cystic fibrosis wise, spot on, nothing to report really. Lung function still mega high, feel amazing. Kaftrio's working wonders, there's not really much I can say about that. Diabetes, in order to do IVF and all this stuff, you have to have your diabetes in control. Your HbA1c needs to be pretty much bang on. Your BMI needs to be good. My BMI is a little bit high, but it don't take into account the old guns on the boobs and all that. So I'm alright with that. My HbA1c was 42. which is pre-diabetes level. And I'm still massively excited and massively proud about that because I work hard. So if you've got a hydrocele or a cyst and it's growing, I would recommend that you go and get it seen, get on the list, because you might have a long wait and it will grow and grow and grow and grow until you take it out. So today's lesson, kids, check your balls.